welcome back for more of our interview with Paige and Natalie of eclecticby.com. Paige,
like
what do you think? Yeah.
I was gonna say I like how you say different channels of creativity
Mm-hmm.
because when I saw when I found myself in this predicament of what we're in now, there was no other way for me to not do anything.
Right.
I have to be doing something constantly.
Right.
And actually, Natalie gave me a book like right before this happened, and it really resonated with me. It's the Wisdom book, and it was saying to be proactive.
Uh-huh.
So if I couldn't be happy, why I'm gonna do a puzzle. Okay, I'm done with a puzzle and I've thought of a few lines. So there's a poem.
Right.
And also through this situation, there was a lot of free online classes.
Mm-hmm.
I enrolled in a Purdue class on consulting and getting my word out there. I took a lot of free online classes about business and how to set my stuff up. So it was a lot of, hey, we're gonna go ahead and make the best of what we have.
Yeah.
And that's what I found myself.
And I admire you both so much for doing that, for finding ways to be creative and grow your creativity. And I gotta mention, I know that this is a little bit longer of an interview than normal, but I don't care how many episodes it is. I love talking to you guys. But and I really want to get a little bit more about this combination of the artist and the business person, because that is not, typical. It is very hard for some artists to grasp and deal with the business side of being an artist. And, I am by no means an expert at either side, the creative or the business, but so I'm always fascinated to talk to people who, especially younger people, like younger than me, like you guys, who are just instinctively going for both. And I love that. I love that it's not an either or with you. I'm putting these both together and we're moving forward. And so tell me a little bit about Eclectic BY. How do you say your website name? I should have asked you that at the beginning.
By.
Eclectic by. Okay.
So Eclectic by came about because I know I can't do business and art all by myself.
Sure.
That's and honestly, now in the realm of the art world, we want more collaboration. Mm-hmm. So when I'm thinking more collaboration, well, more people on there, Eclectic by, because your stuff might be on there.
It's going to be a list of names. Exactly. It's not just the two of you. That's great. That's pretty much what I thought, but I like to have it spelled out, to me, just so I'm not making assumptions. But I love that. And I love that you've got your website. I think it's a great website. I encourage people again to go and visit it, www.eclecticby.com. And then, so we've talked about the journey a little bit, where we are today. What is on the artistic horizon for each of you personally and with Eclectic by?
You want to go first?
I know it doesn't have to be earth shattering. I just like to know what's
next. We have a few art shows coming up in the next couple months, so that's pretty exciting.
This Saturday at the Sarah T. Bolton Park.
Oh, unfortunately, by the time this airs, it'll be too late. But you'll have think late September and October. If you have anything come up in late September or October, do a shout out now.
Do we have something in September or October? We have something in September.
It's the first Friday of September.
September, yes.
Well, I'll probably have to edit those out, because I don't know that we'll get to the first Friday of September on the recording.
That's totally fine.
Okay, so anyway, but you got things coming up.
We are looking to sell our artwork online, and that is why we have our website. So please email us if you see anything that you do like. I know Natalie recently got into even doing jewelry, so we not only do prints, but we do jewelry. And then we also, based on the Poets Society of Indiana, if you want to join, it's a great group. But you guys had the greeting cards.
Yeah.
And I loved that. So I bought a bunch, and I'm like going to make some poetry poetry.
That's
art.
great. That's great. Poetry Society of Indiana. I have to kind of give a plug for that because I'm the secretary of that organization. And yeah, it is a great organization, and we do have a lot of contests and things that you can enter and all that kind of stuff. And you can be a member for the measly price of $18 a year gets you the membership. So yeah. But back to Eclectic Buy, if anybody is looking at the website and is interested in the artwork, is it okay with you guys if I put the email in the video and on in the podcast?
Yes, I'm okay with
Okay.
it.
Then I'll edit out my question about that and just go right into saying the email. So the email for Eclectic Buy is eclectic.byy@gmail.com. And I'm excited for people to go to your website and see what's going on. Now, you guys mentioned in our little, when we talked a little bit before and communicated in email, you mentioned something about called the Mini Mobile Van Gogh. So tell me a little bit about that. And Paige, you're still muted, by the way. You need to, yeah, don't be, we lost Paige for a minute. She came back muted. These things happen, She's back.
But actually, Derek Tudor, he is another artist that kind of led us amongst our journey here, and he was able to start the Mini Van Gogh. It's a mobile art gallery, and it's kind of with traveling. And I know Natalie and I have always wanted to go, get out of here, travel the world. And if that's something that we can also have a gallery mobily to do, we could do that for a year, and we can set up some spots and meet people out and about throughout the whole entire country. Which
Oh man, we got to get rid of this pandemic so you can do that. Oh man. It's so important. We all have to be able to be in person again safely. So, I can't wait for someday I'll go to an art gallery again. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep doing my podcast, and Community Education Arts also has online arts showcase exhibits every couple of months. And so we try to, encourage the digital side of sharing artwork as much as possible. Right now especially, but anytime, whether there was a pandemic or not, we'd be doing that. So but anyway, it sounds like you guys have just got so much going on. I don't know when you sleep, but I you don't, right? You're both like, oh no, I don't know what sleep is. But I thank you so much for joining me at the round table today. This has been so much fun for me. I love talking to you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate it.
All
We
right.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Natalie and Payge from eclecticbuy.com for being at the round table. Yay! This has been At the Round Table with Alice
and Sarah E.
of Community Education Arts.
Our nonprofit organization is based in Noblesville, Indiana. You can find us online at CEArts.org. We'd like to thank James Weston for writing our intro music and for his technical savvy.
Join us next time
At the Round Table.